Greetings to everyone. Good morning, all. So, today we are going to study or discuss something about electrochemistry. So, in electrochemistry, you have these different topics to study, but today we are going to part one, that is electrochemical cells, that is galvanic and electrolytic cells in detail. So, first we need to know some terms and definitions. So, electrochemistry, so the branch of science which deals with the interconversion of electrical energy and chemical energy is called as electrochemical cell. The conductor, the substance which allows the current to pass through it is called as a conductor. So conductor is again of two types, that is metallic and electrolytic conductor. Then what is a metallic conductor? So the substances which conduct electricity by electrons is called as metallic conductor. Electrolytic conductor is conductor which allows the current to pass through it by liberation of ions is called as electrolytic conductor. Then conductance is property of a substance which allows the current to pass through it. Or you can give another definition, that is reciprocal of resistance is also called as conductance. Then coming to electropotential. The tendency of a metal to lose or gain electrons is called as electropotential. Now, pause for a while and think about the different examples of metallic conductor and electrolytic conductor. And then Ohm's law. And then please give answer to these following questions. Thank you. Next, single electrode potential. It is the potential of half cell of an electrochemical cell. Standard electrode potential. It is the potential of electrode at 1 atmospheric pressure, 25 degrees centigrade, and 1 molar concentration of the ions in the electrolyte. EMF. The potential difference between two electrodes is called as electromotive force. Now, electrochemical cell is divided into two types, that is galvanic cell, which converts chemical energy into electrical energy, and electrolytic cells, which converts electrical energy into chemical energy. Now coming in detail to about galvanic cell. So galvanic cell is an electrochemical cell which converts chemical energy into electrical energy by spontaneous redox reaction. That is reduction and oxidation occurring simultaneously. Okay. So these are the, I will show you the diagram. So here you have this zinc electrode dipped in zinc sulfate solution, copper electrode dipped in copper sulfate solution. So these two half cells are connected with a salt bridge. It is made up of ions or electrolytes. Then these two electrodes are joined by voltmeter. Okay, and then what happens? So, or what are the parts? So first you have an anode, you have a cathode, you have a salt bridge, you have half cells, external circuit, load, etc. Then how this galvanic cell works? So as soon as you have zinc electrode dipped in zinc sulfate solution, there is some electrode potential that is developing because zinc liberates its ions in the zinc sulfate solution. And copper ions, these take away the electrons which are sent by the zinc ions and forms copper. So you have this anodic cell reaction, that is zinc giving rise to Zn2 plus 2 electrons and Cu2 plus 2 electrons giving rise to Cu. So this is the overall reaction, and then you can represent the cell or cell notation as in this way, that is Zn slash ZnSO4 double slash CuSO4 Cu. This double slash is for salt bridge. And then calculate the E cell of a reaction. So this is given by Nernst equation, which we are going to study later on. So E cell is nothing but E right minus E left, that is E cathode minus E anode. That is, you have the standard electrode potential values of these copper and zinc, and this gives 1.1 volts. And the role of salt bridge. So this salt bridge, it maintains the electrical neutrality between the two electrolytic solutions. Next, Nernst equation. So Nernst equation was given by Nernst, a German physical scientist, and he received his Nobel Prize in thermochemistry. He gave the equation that is E cell is equal to E naught minus RT by NF into log Q. Q is nothing but the concentration. And if you derive this, or if you take this at 25 degrees centigrade, you will get this equation, that is simplified equation, E is equal to E naught minus 0.0592 by N log concentration. And main application of this is you can calculate the cell potential. Now these are the problems which are given to solve. Okay, so you can solve them, and then I have a problem for you to do also, and if you don't get it, you can see the solution also. Then coming to the electrolytic cell. So electrolytic cell involves conversion of electrical energy into chemical energy. So here we have example of molten sodium chloride. So what happens in the molten sodium chloride? If we apply direct current, so this sodium chloride gets ionized, okay, and Na plus and Cl minus ions move to their respective electrodes. So as Cl minus is moving to the anode, that means this is positively charged, and because it is an anode, oxidation takes place. That means Cl minus is giving Cl2 plus 2 electrons, and these 2 electrons are taken up by the sodium ion and forming sodium metal. Okay, so what are the two products that are formed during the molten NaCl electrolysis are sodium metal and chlorine gas. Okay, now there is a reflection spot again, that is pause for a while and think what are the products which are formed during electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride. So here, because water is coming into action, so here you have two products which are formed, that is chlorine, hydrogen, then sodium also. So the products which are formed are sodium metal, hydrogen gas at the cathode, and chlorine or oxygen gas at the anode. Okay. Now differences between the galvanic and electrolytic cell. So first part is the definition. Second point is about the spontaneity. Third point is about the charges of the anode and the cathode. And fourth point is where does the electrons originate. Now this is the reference video for galvanic cell and for the electrolytic cell. So you can go through internet, or you can watch these videos and attempt this quiz. Thank you.